One of Roman Jakobson's greatest contributions to linguistics and literary theory is his model of communication, particularly the 6 functions of language. Jakobson was a key figure in structuralism and semiotics, and his model provides a comprehensive framework for understanding how language operates within communication. Here are the 6 functions of language according to Jakobson. Referential function. This function is oriented toward the context or the information being communicated. It focuses on conveying factual information or a statement about the world, e.g., the sky is blue. Emotive function. This refers to the speaker's emotions, attitudes, and expressions. It's concerned with conveying the speaker's feelings, e.g., I'm so happy. Conative function. This is directed at the receiver and includes commands, requests, or instructions, e.g., please sit down. Phatic function. This function focuses on establishing or maintaining communication. It's about ensuring the communication channel is open, e.g., hello. Can you hear me? Metalingual function. This deals with the code itself, where language is used to explain or clarify the meaning of words or expressions, e.g., what do you mean by semiotics? Poetic function. Focused on the message itself, this function highlights the form and aesthetic quality of language. It's often present in poetry, slogans, or stylistic language use, e.g., to be or not to be. Jakobson's model is significant because it moves beyond a simplistic view of communication as just a transfer of information, recognizing the different ways language operates depending on context and intention. This model has been influential in fields such as linguistics, literary studies, and communication theory. You said. Each with simple example words definition. ChatGPT said. ChatGPT. Here are Roman Jakobson's 6 functions of language, each explained with a simple definition and example. Referential function. Definition. Focuses on conveying factual information or content about something. Example. The sun rises in the east. This sentence gives factual information about the world. Emotive function. Definition. Expresses the speaker's feelings or emotions. Example. I love this song. The sentence conveys the speaker's feelings about the song. Conative function. Definition. Aims to influence or prompt the receiver to act. Example. Please close the door. The speaker is giving a request or instruction to the listener. Phatic function. Definition. Maintains, opens, or closes the channel of communication. Example. Hello, are you there? This is used to check if the communication line is open. Metalingual function. Definition. Focuses on explaining or clarifying the language or code itself. Example. Dog means a domesticated animal that barks. Here, language is being used to explain the meaning of a word. Poetic function. Definition. Emphasizes the aesthetic quality or form of the message. Example. She sells seashells by the seashore. This sentence focuses on sound and form for stylistic effect. Each function serves a distinct purpose in communication, highlighting the multifaceted nature of language. You said. Significance, relevance, legacy, contribution, impact, features. ChatGPT said. ChatGPT. Roman Jakobson's significance and legacy in linguistics, literary theory, and semiotics are far-reaching, marked by his innovative concepts that continue to influence modern thought. Below is an overview of his contributions and impact, along with the features of his work. 1. Significance. Jakobson was a pioneering structuralist who applied linguistic principles to various fields, including literature, anthropology, and communication. His interdisciplinary approach allowed for the study of language not just as a system of rules but as a tool for understanding culture, communication, and even poetics. 2. Relevance. Jakobson's theories remain relevant in both linguistics and literary studies today. His 6 functions of language offer a comprehensive model that can be applied to various forms of communication, from everyday conversations to literary analysis. The relevance of his ideas extends to modern digital and media studies, where his communication model helps analyze media, advertising, and social interactions. 3. Legacy. Jakobson's work laid the groundwork for structuralism and later semiotics, influencing figures like Claude Lévi-Strauss, Roland Barthes, and Umberto Eco. His methods of analyzing both the structure and function of language opened new paths for exploring meaning in texts, literature, and culture. 4. Contribution. 6 functions of language. Jakobson's model is one of his most enduring contributions, helping scholars understand how language operates in different contexts. Poetic function of language. His analysis of the poetic function has significantly contributed to the study of literary form and style, particularly in the realm of poetry and rhetoric. Phonology and structuralism. He made major contributions to phonology, the study of sound systems in languages, and structuralist thinking, offering insights into the organization and meaning of sounds. Interdisciplinary approach. Jakobson was instrumental in applying linguistic theory to literature, anthropology, and psychology, making his work a cornerstone of interdisciplinary studies. 5. Impact. Linguistics. Jakobson's work in phonology, particularly his distinctions between different types of phonemes, e.g., distinctive features theory, has had a lasting impact on linguistics, influencing the study of language sounds across languages. Literary criticism. His influence on literary theory, especially through the poetic function, has been crucial for the analysis of literary texts, leading to a greater focus on language and form. Communication studies. His model of communication has provided a foundational framework for understanding how messages are created, transmitted, and interpreted in various media, shaping the study of media communication and advertising. 6. Features of Jakobson's work. Structuralism emphasized the idea that language is a structured system of signs, and meaning comes from the relationships between elements in that system. Interdisciplinary integrated linguistic theory with literary criticism, anthropology, and psychoanalysis, making his work broad in scope. Focus on function. Jakobson's communication model emphasized the functions of language, showing how language serves multiple purposes beyond mere transmission of information. Poetic analysis. His work on the poetic function brought attention to how form, sound, and structure create meaning in poetry and other forms of artistic expression. Semiotics. Jakobson was instrumental in developing semiotic theory. The study of signs and symbols is a significant part of human communication. Conclusion. Jakobson's impact lies in his ability to bridge linguistics with other disciplines, creating models of language that are still applied in various academic fields. His ideas about communication, especially the 6 functions of language, continue to influence the study of media, literature, and human interaction. His work helped expand the horizons of structuralism and semiotics, making him one of the most influential intellectuals of the 20th century. 2 halves. You said. Can it be applied to literary works? ChatGPT said. ChatGPT. Yes, Roman Jakobson's theories, particularly his model of communication and the 6 functions of language, can be effectively applied to literary works. Here's how each function can be relevant to literary analysis. 1. Referential function. Application. This function can be used to analyze how a literary text conveys factual information or descriptions about characters, settings, and events. Example. In a novel, when an author describes a character's background or a historical context, the referential function helps readers understand the narrative's grounding in reality. 2. Emotive function. Application. The emotive function allows for an exploration of the author's feelings and attitudes expressed through characters or narrative voice. Example. In poetry or a character's internal monologue, the language can convey deep emotional states, enhancing the reader's connection to the text. 3. Conative function. Application. This function can be examined in texts where the author addresses the reader directly or implies a call to action. Example. A narrator who implores the reader to think critically about social issues can be analyzed through this lens, highlighting persuasive techniques. 4. Phatic function. Application. The phatic function can be observed in dialogues that establish relationships between characters or create a sense of intimacy with the reader. Example. Characters engaging in small talk or expressing greetings can be analyzed to understand how these interactions contribute to character development or social dynamics. 5. Metalingual function. Application. This function is relevant when authors play with language, using it to comment on meaning, structure, or the act of writing itself. Example. A novel that reflects on its narrative techniques or a poem that explores the nature of language can be analyzed for how it engages readers in a dialogue about meaning. 6. Poetic function. Application. The poetic function emphasizes the aesthetic quality of language and form. It allows for an analysis of style, rhythm, imagery, and metaphor in literary works. Example: a close reading of a poem or a passage in a novel that uses metaphor and sound devices to create meaning highlights the artistry of language. Conclusion: by applying Jakobson's 6 functions of language to literary works, readers and scholars can gain deeper insights into how authors use language to convey meaning, evoke emotions, and engage with readers. This approach allows for a multifaceted analysis of texts, considering not just what is said, but how it is said and the various effects it creates within the narrative and the reader's experience. You said. Apply it in Pride and Prejudice. ChatGPT said. ChatGPT. Applying Roman Jakobson's 6 functions of language to Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice offers a multifaceted understanding of how language shapes the novels. Themes, characters, and social commentary. Here's an analysis of each function in relation to the text. 1. Referential function. Application. The referential function provides factual information about the characters, settings, and social context of Regency England. Example: Austen often describes the social hierarchy and relationships among characters. For instance, the opening line introduces the concept of marriage as a social necessity. It is a truth universally acknowledged, that a single man in possession of a good fortune must be in want of a wife. This statement sets the stage for the novel's exploration of societal expectations around marriage. 2. Emotive function. Application. The emotive function expresses the feelings and attitudes of characters, particularly Elizabeth Bennet and Mr. Darcy. Example: Elizabeth's reaction to Mr. Darcy's initial proposal, her indignation and refusal, reveals her strong sense of self and values. Her emotional responses, particularly her anger and disappointment, resonate throughout the narrative, reflecting the novel's exploration of personal integrity. 3. Conative function. Application. This function can be seen in how characters communicate their desires or commands, influencing each other's actions and perceptions. Example: Mr. Collins's proposal to Elizabeth is a clear example of conative language, where he attempts to persuade her to accept his hand in marriage based on social obligation rather than genuine affection. His tone and reasoning reflect societal norms, demonstrating the pressures of conforming to expectations. 4. Phatic function. Application. The phatic function is prominent in the social interactions and dialogues among characters, establishing connections and social rapport. Example: social gatherings, such as the ball at Netherfield, provide opportunities for characters to engage in phatic communication. The small talk and pleasantries exchanged serve to maintain social harmony and illustrate the intricacies of class relationships. 5. Metalingual function. Application. The metalingual function can be observed when characters discuss language, meaning, and social conventions, highlighting their understanding of societal norms. Example: characters like Mr. Bennet and Lady Catherine de Bourgh often engage in discussions that reflect on the meanings of social roles and expectations, such as when Lady Catherine confronts Elizabeth about her status. These interactions reveal how language can shape social identity and power dynamics. 6. Poetic function. Application. The poetic function emphasizes the stylistic elements of Austen's writing, including her use of irony, wit, and rich descriptions. Example: Austen's clever use of irony throughout the novel enhances its themes. For instance, her portrayal of Mr. Collins's pompousness or Mr. Wickham's charm is delivered through carefully crafted language that invites readers to reflect on the disparity between appearance and reality. The opening line is also an example of poetic function, as its rhythmic quality captures the reader's attention. Conclusion. By applying Jakobson's 6 functions of language to Pride and Prejudice, we gain a deeper understanding of how Austen's language operates on multiple levels. This analysis reveals how she explores social themes, character emotions, and the complexity of communication within the constraints of her society. Each function contributes to the novel's richness, offering insights into the characters' motivations and the cultural context of early 19th century England. ChatGPT can make mistakes. Check important info.